ALS is widely known as a death sentence. 80% of people diagnosed die within 2 to 5 years. But now a Moose Jaw scientist is offering hope that is also stirring up controversy. Dan Goodenow says he has invented supplements and a program that can halt and even reverse the symptoms of ALS, restoring patients back to health. He points to patients whose health has improved on his program, but experts say there are no published studies to back these claims. The CBC's Jeff Leo traveled to California to catch up with Jeff Sando, a businessman in his mid-60s who took part in Goodenow's program last year after learning of his diagnosis.
Initially, Jeff was crushed, hopeless, but then he decided to take action. Over the next few months, he and his family researched and tried many options. Then one of his caregivers recommended the Dr. Goodenow Restorative Health Center in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
Doctors are like saying, yes, sell your home if you have to. Get there.
Recovering from disease is just like people think you're crazy to even say it out loud.
I'm here to talk to you about...
Goodenow's program is built around plasmalogens, fats which form a crucial part of the cell membrane. Goodenow says they are critical for brain health, but people with neurodegenerative diseases have a deficit. In a recent podcast, he said his supplements can turn things around.
If you actually provide the cells of the human body with the ingredients that they need, and then put yourself into an environment that stimulates that adaptability, the body will fix itself.
Jeff and Teresa were hooked, and soon they were on a call with Tracy Zimmerman, Goodenow's chief business officer. Teresa recorded the call in order to keep track of the details.
We do have a 100% success rate in stopping the progression and restoring function of people with ALS. It's something that we protect and we covet, right? And what we think is that your cells are going to improve and everything is going to get better, that it will regenerate. And Jeff, we expect you to get stronger.
They offered Jeff their 4-month program to set him on the path to recovery. The first 3 months would be spent here at the Dr. Goodenow Restorative Health Center in Moose Jaw, where he'd receive large doses of Goodenow's plasmalogens along with many other supplements, all in a community with other ALS clients.
And it's not a fancy place. Like, we call this place boot camp. Like, this is rehab.
The final month, the patient would spend at home receiving the supplements and support from Goodenow's staff. The recovery center is billed as a restful place for healing where everything would be taken care of. The total cost of the program, $75,000 US. Jeff and Teresa were sold, and in September of 2024, they got on a plane and headed for Moose Jaw.
Welcome to the Restorative Health Center here in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan.
This building right on the edge of town used to be a hotel and then, more recently, a drug rehab center. Now it houses people who are hoping to recover from their debilitating diseases.
People are beating this disease. If you understand the science and you act on the science.
In a sales call, Goodenow's chief business officer, Tracy Zimmerman, told one couple that the fix for ALS is actually well known in the scientific community.
It's sad, but the scientists have actually known how to reverse ALS for decades. The same companies that profit off of you being sick are not going to be the companies that are going to bring you a cure. And anyone who believes that is deluding themselves.
The ALS Society of Canada says the disease is not curable, and the known treatments do not significantly alter the progression of the disease. David Taylor is the organization's chief scientific officer. He says he's seen no evidence to indicate that plasmalogens are some sort of ALS breakthrough.
There is not yet a lot of information or data to suggest that plasmalogens is a known effective treatment for ALS. Being very well plugged into the clinicians and researchers around the world who work on ALS every day, I don't think any of them are aware of this individual.
And CBC's Jeff Leo joins us for more on this now. So Jeff, what happens from here with Dr. Goodenow?
Yeah, so one of the most common questions I've been getting after the story ran is people expressing confusion, like how could it be that a guy could be allowed to make these sorts of promises, charge this kind of money to patients in such dire distress without any apparent oversight from government regulators or that sort of thing. So one expert I spoke with says this seems to be a gray area in Canada where governments have no legislation to kind of account for this sort of thing. As for Goodnow, he says he's not a doctor, he's not offering medical services, and his program is more like Weight Watchers, just health advice. He acknowledges that right now there are no published studies backing up his claims, but he says he's working on them. And he also has big plans to expand his operations in Moose Jaw. So right now he makes his supplements in the United States, but he wants to start making them here in Canada in a facility he's planning to build in the Moose Jaw area.
All right, CBC's Jeff Leo in our Regina newsroom. Jeff, thank you for this.
You're welcome.